This Jesus who invites us to lose our lives in order to save them. The Jesus whose body was broken by a world that could not tolerate such radical love for all people. The Jesus whose lifeblood was poured out. The Jesus who again and again gave of himself for the sake of others, who suffered, died, and rose again. That is the Jesus who invites all of us to this very table today. So come, all of you. Whether you have been to this table often or whether it's your first time, whether you are in a place of certainty, or whether you are meandering your way through this world. Come feast in these symbols of love made real and a world made whole, of life that can never run out. This morning, our deacons will serve communion here by passing the trays through the aisles and rows here. And you will receive one of our chalices that has juice in the top and the bread on the bottom. Many of you are familiar with this by this time. The bread you will want to take from the bottom first, and then the juice from the top. You'll hold on to these, and once everyone is served, we will partake of communion together. Drink this, all of you. This is the cup of new relationship. Do this in remembrance of me. Something special to note this morning about our communion service here. You've often seen us use these beautiful silver serving dishes in the sanctuary, which if I remember a bit of our history correctly, were a gift from a former pastor to the church. Wanted to share with you this morning that this chalice and this cross here belong to Barbara Smith's father. Used this cup as a part of a communion set that was his in the service, and these were gifts of his that Barbara is gifted here, and they are a gift to us today. So thanks be to God for those who have gone before us, the saints who have risked something big for something good, and who have carried the bread and the cup to people in difficult places, and for the paradox still that even in losing our lives, there is more life. Thanks be to God. There are many ways to respond to the good news of God's grace and love in this world this day. If you'd like to respond in a public way,
Sing together. Will you come and follow me if I but call your name? Will you go where you don't know and never be the same? Will you let my love be shown? Will you let my name be known? Will you let me? Will you leave yourself behind if I would call your name? Will you care for cool and kind and never be the same? Will you lift a heart so fair? Should your life attract or scare? Will you let me answer prayer in you and you in me? Will you let the blinded see if I but call your name? Will you set the prisoners free and never be the same? Will you kiss a leper clean and do such as this unseen and admit to what I mean and you and me? Will you love the you hide if
inside and never be the world around, through my sight and touch and sound in you and you in me. My name will return and follow you and never be the same. In your company I'll be, where you love and footsteps show, 'cause I'll move and live and grow in you and you. Your doors. Do all of these things with the knowledge that God has created you out of goodness all of your days. Amen.
now.